Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. On the ETH chart, the situation hasn't really changed. The market is in resistance. The resistance area is quite large. Simply has to do with the situation, with the fact that we are now likely moving in a B wave. B waves, see, they don't really have a target. B waves can be very long, they can be very short. So we have to be flexible. So I would prefer to just give you the levels to watch and then give you a couple of ideas where the top could form. We are dealing still, with this wave 2 correction. It's unchanged, with this correction that ideally still sees one leg down in a C wave eventually. We already completed the A wave. We're likely moving in a B wave right now. And the C wave should take us lower into the support zone between 1677 and $2,019, with sort of an ideal range here between $1,812 and $1,913. However, the challenge will be to determine where the B wave topped or is topping. Because as I said, B waves, they are very, very difficult, and it already reacted to one of the key resistance levels or retracement levels, the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement at $2,338. From here we could see a move down. However, the last move down from that high, which is the Friday high, is only a 3-wave move. So it definitely leaves the door open for higher. But then again, the move up so far doesn't really give us much confidence that it wants to put another high in. If we talk about Fibonacci extensions, ideal levels, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets to around about 2,400. That's pretty much in line with Bitcoin. That could also make another high in the resistance area, but to be honest, that's not really the focus of the analysis. If we get another high or not in this resistance area, the analysis is really beyond that. I mean, this is just let's say unpredictable fluctuations, and I can only highlight to you, we might get another high because it would be ideal looking at the extensions, but really expectations have been fulfilled for this B wave. It's healthy enough to form. I would never recommend to trade a B wave as such, and I'm now watching for a C wave to start at any point. There are 2 micro counts in this B wave. There's one in yellow in which the price might have formed the WXY structure in the B wave and the top could be in. So it's technically possible that the top is in. Therefore, I'm not so worried about another high. It might happen, it might not happen. It's, I don't know. Nobody knows. So it would only be possibly, at least in this assumption, in this base case here, it should only be one more high anyway. Possibly here another, if we just measure from the last high, it might be another 3%, 3.5% maybe. So not really noteworthy in crypto. From here at some point, whether we get another high or not, idea would be still to go down in this C wave. Before then, and that's not a bearish perspective, before then a bottoming structure should form here, and a 3rd wave rally to the upside to $3,000, possibly $4,000 and beyond should unfold. Could the overall low already be in wave 2? Anything is possible. If anything, if anything is possible, those are not the right questions really. So it's all about, is it probable? I don't see it as very probable, but of course it's possible. What would we need to see to confirm that a low is already in place? I would need to see a 5-wave move to the upside, ideally above resistance, and then followed by a 3-wave pullback. How would that look like? Well, it's difficult to really define a 5-wave structure here. Best I could do would be to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the wave 1. That in itself is too small for a proper 5-wave structure. It's not even an impulse. So it could be a wave 1 leading diagonal, very unreliable. Then this would be a wave 2. And we would now have to move up in a 3rd. This is not complete yet, the 3rd. So would be working on a 3rd wave in a diagonal again. Or even, this would not be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would simply be an, there are different ways of tracking this. So either way, I don't want to make it too complex. The 3rd wave would likely still be unfolding. Then we need a 4 and a 5. So I need to see 5 waves followed by a 3-wave pullback. Need to see that additional confirmation because First of all, the move up still looks corrective anyway to me. And then the pullback was not deep enough for a reliable wave 2, and therefore I would need to see additional confirmation to really believe that the low has already formed. Cannot be my primary scenario for now. But of course, looking at the bigger picture, looking at the daily time frame, zooming out a little bit, you know, on the ETH chart, the overall trend on this chart is up and has been up for a while. Okay, so I see this currently only as a counter trend move, basically a pullback in an overall uptrend. Now, they can sometimes be shallow, they can sometimes be deep. Important to understand is that this is currently not a downtrend. Well, it is on a smaller time frame, but on a relevant time frame, you know, looking at the larger time frame trend on this chart, the trend is up. And buying pullbacks in uptrends can be an opportunity. And Elliott Wave helps us to recognize that. Obviously, nobody's got a crystal ball. We know that. It's all about identifying those levels to watch and to understand when this assumption of an overall uptrend is breaking, and that would likely happen below 1677. But we are not even close to that support level. Yeah, that's my update about Ethereum. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.